Hello and welcome back to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Logan Landers, and joining me to talk about the USF Bulls representing South Florida, the team preview this year. It's my guy, my co-host for the Unscripted Sports Podcast, and a man with the best beard in all of sports broadcasting, Jay McLovin. What's up, Jay?
Hey, it's good to be here, my brother, and talk some Southern Florida football.
Yeah, I always love football, man. And that's the thing is that we know USF isn't they're not going to beat every team known to man. They're not going to win by 50 points. But that's what we do here. We try to cover pretty much each and every team in college football. I mean, we've been putting out, 4 to 5 team previews, twice a week for the past month or two. So we're trying to cover as many college football teams as possible before the start of the season here in just a little bit. And it's our time to focus on the USF Bulls 2021 team preview. But before we get started, if you guys enjoyed this content, if you are a Bulls fan, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, whether you're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitch. Also, go check out our podcast. You listen to all of our other amazing team previews, listen to some great Legends interviews, and also some amazing history specials as well. So check us out anywhere you listen to your podcast. And please leave a rating because it definitely helps us out. We thank you guys so much for your love and support. You've been giving this channel for such a long time. We couldn't do this without you. All right, Jay, let's do this, my man. The USF Bulls representing South Florida to its finest. How are they going to do in 2021? Hopefully better than 2020?
Yeah, let's look. I mean, if you look at what they did in 2020, they went 1-8 for the year, and they were 0-7 in the AAC. So they really struggled pretty roughly last year. And I don't know if this year is going to be any better for those guys. They gave up 365 yards last year, 23 points roughly a game. But I guess if there's a bright spot, we were talking about earlier in pregame, what are the bright spots to this team? I guess if there's a bright spot, is that all 10 starters are coming back, which is good. I mean, at least they got what? They lost one guy, so they got 10 starters coming back. So that's not bad. It gives you a little bit of continuity on your offense. There's going to be a quarterback competition between Cade Fortin, which I think he probably will win that one, and Jared Williams. Both are transfers from different schools coming in. So the passing game needs more pop. It needs more explosion. It was very, 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 very flat and anemic last year. So again, I guess if there's another bright spot, Logan, is that we got 4 wide receivers back. Yep. You got Bryce Miller, who put up 10 touchdowns last year, and you have and then around 33 catches in the slot. So I mean, that's like their number one wideout. The rest of them are just regular wideouts, but nothing special about them. Bryce Miller is the only one that really stuck out from what I saw on paper as being the guy. The O-line, they let too many defenders in the backfield, and they need more strength. This team got pushed around a lot, Logan, and it's from a lack of size primarily. But the good news is all 5 starters are back, so they're going to have another undersized line again. So hopefully they ate their Wheaties. Hopefully they got some steroids in them. Hopefully they did something to spark up that offensive line. But, yeah, they got pushed around quite a bit, which spells trouble for the running backs and Kelly Joyner. He's a speedy guy, and he's going to have to be fast to run away from all those backfielders. But he put up 368 yards and a touchdown last year. They do have Brian Battie, the small and quick running back, who averaged 7 yards a carry. So that could be their bright spot is Battie averaging 7 yards a carry. Or he may get hurt because he's having to run around a lot. Who knows? But either way, the offense is without – the offense definitely has issues in terms of size, both on the offensive line and in the backs, and there's a lot of question marks there, Logan.
Yeah, I mean, this offense definitely isn't, a powerhouse by any means necessary. There is going to be kind of that quarterback battle, like we mentioned, with the 2 transfers coming in. So that's going to be good to see how that's going to play out. But I think it's good, like you said, because all 5 of the starters for the O-line, they are coming back. So that just means that their chemistry is there. You don't have to learn anybody new. Like I said, hopefully they are bulking up a little bit. All natural, of course, eating your Wheaties, doing good in the gym. And I think that the running back game, like you mentioned with Kelly, I think that he is a solid running back. It's just, like you said, you got to give him some holes. You got to give him a little bit of time. and I think he could definitely put in some work, as well as their backup as well, who, like you said, ran for 7 yards a carry. So that's not too shabby at all with Brian Battie. So that's not bad, but let's go over to the defensive side of the ball, Jay, because they do have a little bit of a better outlook on defense, at least in a few aspects of their game. Their linebacking core specifically, I think that's really going to be the key for this Bulls team in 21 is can the linebackers, still continue their dominance with Antonio Greer and Dwayne Boyles. So I think those two are, they both led the team in tackles. They are definitely the role models on your defense who you look to for that big stop. On your line, you just got 6'5", 315-pounder Kelvin Pinkley. So he's coming in with a big body. You also have Thad Magnum as well, a good veteran, 285, not too shabby at all, tackle position. So I think that other than that, they do have some holes they definitely need to fill because, Jay, they gave up just a good bit of points, honestly. They did get pretty much everyone back, though. I mean, they allowed 441 yards a game and 40 points a game. That's Madden-type numbers. That's a video game getting 40 points. Yeah. So, I mean, the pass rush was kind of non-existent. Third down stops wasn't there much at all. But I think this is a veteran lineup on defense. And for me, personally, I want to get your take in a second, but for me, the linebacking core with Greer and Boyles specifically are the two big factors on the defense for the Bulls this year. What do you think about their defense?
Yeah, absolutely, man. When you look at those two linebackers you just mentioned, they combined for 103 tackles. So, yeah, I mean, the linebacking is their biggest need or is their biggest strength. They don't have a lot of third down stops. They don't really have much of a pass rush. And obviously, when you're given it 441 yards and 40 points, that obviously is pretty obvious. The defensive line needs to get in the backfield, but when they're not in the backfield, they need to also be a wall and not let the run game beat them. So there's a few, but I do believe that linebacking core, as you're talking about, is going to be the bright spot. Also, you have 6'3", 315-pound Kevin Pinckney. He's got size at the nose tackle to help become part of that wall. But the ends need to get into the backfield. Those defensive ends need to get into the backfield. They had 42 tackles for loss and 7 sacks last year. So they didn't do too bad, but they need to continue to do more to get into that backfield. The ends need to do more, but they got a big, big nose tackle, and I think he's going to clog up a lot of that middle, Logan.
Yeah, I think that is going to help out. And just one more thing before we get to the schedule, Jay. I mentioned the third down conversions and how the defense just was not able to get any stops. So last year in 2020 on third down conversions, opponents went 71 of 141 or 50% on third down. So that is way too high of a percentage to, allow the offense to keep marching down the field. As for USF, only 31%. Right. So that just shows that the offense wasn't as consistent. The defense struggled. And also they allowed a good bit of fumbles as well. They fumbled the ball 13 times, and their opponents only had the opponents fumble 10 times. So just protect the football, do better on third down conversions and stopping. And you just got to – I think if they can get a good running game, Jay, because there is some promise there, then I think this team could definitely improve some. But let's move over to the schedule now, and let's see who these Bulls are going to be facing up against in 2021. So, unfortunately, Jay, I don't know how they pulled this wild card, but week 2, they're facing up against another Florida team. It's the Gators, chomping down on them. That's not going to be pretty, I don't think. So that's a tough one there. I see BYU, without Zach Wilson. SMU, who's going to be a tough team. I see Houston. And in November, Jay, I see 2 teams that are going to give them some fits. I see Central Florida with the UCF Knights. And then I see the Bearcats in Cincinnati. So what do you think about their schedule and who all they're facing? Because it ain't the easiest schedule in the world by any means necessary.
No, it's really not. Like I said, for all the teams you said and stuff, obviously UCF, Cincinnati, Houston, Temple, SMU, Florida. I mean, the list goes on. I really think this is going to be a 3-win season for these guys. I think 3 wins is what they're going to get. And it just is what it is, man. I mean, this team still has a lot to they still have a lot to go through to get better. And they just there's just so many holes and needs on this team, honestly, that I mean, I think 3 wins is being generous to this team. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it is rough. I mean, they didn't get a win in their conference last year, Jay. They went 0-7. And the one win they did get was against an FCS school. So, yeah. I mean, it ain't looking too bright if you are a USF Bulls fan, unfortunately, this year. But, I mean, like you said, they do have a few bright spots. I like that linebacking core a lot. I think they could definitely move off of that. I think that if they ever get a running game going, that could, prove worthwhile. How's the quarterback situation going to go? It remains to be seen. But, I mean, I'm with you, Jay. I think, 3, maybe 4 wins at most. But I'm not expecting this team to they're going to improve, of course, as long as you get more than 1 win. That's an improvement. So, I mean, I think 3 to 4, but it's a tough schedule. And for a team that isn't, it is rebuilding, and they have in the past, a couple of years ago, they were pretty solid. Back in 2016, they went 11-2. So this team has proven in the past that they can get it done, but you just got to get, whether it's the right recruits, the right coaching staff, the right playbook. This program has shown in the past that it can be a winner, and just like a lot of college football teams, especially kind of smaller market teams, that if you have a bad year, it can just kind of be like a snowball effect and just keep on rolling and keep on rolling. And right. USF is trying to build their way back up to their dominance, 5+ years ago, and they very well could get there in a little bit in due time. But as for right now, just, you got to take your licks against these bigger teams, get a good recruiting, get some good transfers as well. And, just remain positive. That's the main thing. Just, look on the brighter side of things is that, of course, I don't think they're going to get a winning record this year, probably not getting a bowl game. But as long as you see just improvement and that this team is going to be playing hard and, that they're at least trying to win these games, and that's all you can really ask for this team at this point in their season and in their lifespan as a school for their football program. So if you guys have enjoyed us talking about the USF Bulls today, first off, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Whether you're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, or live on Twitch, it means the world to us. Also, please go and check out our podcast if you've not done so already. We upload every single day, whether it's team previews like we're doing right now, whether you like history specials with our guy, Mr. Football Vince Turner, who talks about the greats in college and the NFL. If you like amazing interviews, we have the Legends interviews with our guy, Bobby Butler, former FSU Seminole and Atlanta Falcon, and with our other interview with some great up-and-coming talent in football. We have our great head coach, Kevin the Bull Jones, who's one of the best coaches throughout the entire state of Georgia. Of course, you have our other amazing producer, Jeremiah Long, who does this each and every week along with myself. And, of course, Jay McLovin comes on each and every Wednesday talking about these team previews with me, my man. So if you guys have enjoyed the content here today, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. For my co-host, Jay McLovin, I've been Logan Landers. You've been listening to the USF 2021 Bulls team preview. And you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.